Greetings, everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Arlington Weekly News. I'm Craig Nolan. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Daniel Pineda.
And here we go with our show for somewhere around almost the middle of September.
Crazy,
back to school, our back to school edition of the Arlington Weekly News for 2016. Thank you for coming along with us here tonight. We have our usual lineup of stuff, right? News and CBB, and even though she's not here, we'll say Adele with
It's Easy Being Green.
is
We
on
miss you,
assignment.
Adele.
She'll be back maybe next week. She's on assignment. Okay, our CBB file. A roll-in, cool breeze. A roll-in. Check that out. Our news for senior segment, and then Miriam Gennari and her guests, and that's our show. But before we go, a social media reminder.
Absolutely, Craig. We definitely miss Adele, first of all. But you can
miss
watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number 1, and also facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News. Craig.
All right, gracias, Senor Pineda. Here we go with the first of our news items. Well, this is some concerning information here. Disturbing information, really. There is another warning concerning dog poisoning attempts here in Arlington. On Thursday, the 5th of September, a local resident reported that her dog got sick after eating something along 4 Mile Run in Bluemont Park. The dog's owner believed her dog ate a meatball left along that portion of the park. According to her, her vet tested it and found it to be positive for rat poison. Last year, county residents near Lee Highway reported dogs getting sick from eating caffeine pill-filled sausages along their normal dog walking routes. The dog who ate the meatball is expected to be okay after he was treated by a veterinarian. Daniel.
Well, Craig, September is National Preparedness Month. This year, September is particularly significant because it's the 15th anniversary of 9/11. Arlington's public safety agencies responded to the Pentagon attack and have been improving on preparedness techniques ever since. The county encourages the community to play its part in emergency preparedness by creating and improving a family emergency plan of action. Visit the website, that's at emergency.arlingtonva.us/make-plan or ready.gov/September for more information. Craig.
And speaking of emergency preparedness, one of the important ways that you can stay informed about emergency events is through the media. It's everywhere out there today. Visit emergency.arlingtonva.us to sign up for Arlington Alert. The system can send you text, email, or voicemail messages in real time. For the latest alerts over radio, you can tune into 1700 AM or Arlington Independent Media's own FM station, WERA. They're located at 96.7 FM. For a wider variety of alerts about events around town, you can visit newsroom.arlingtonva.us/connect and sign up for any of several Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Nextdoor, Pinterest, or other social media resources. So it's out there. Take advantage of it and stay informed and ready.
Such a great resource, right, Craig?
That is a great resource.
Well, Craig, Tuesday, September the 6th was the first day of school for Arlington Public School students. The school superintendent, Dr. Pat Murphy, welcomed back the students on behalf of himself and the APS community. Murphy created a video featuring APS students discussing the significance of choice, especially concerning academics and after-school activities, and the support they receive from school. Visit the website at apsva.us to watch the video. Craig.
All right, Danielle, we'll be back with our CBB file right after some information on emergency, Take 2 Energy Masters.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. There's all kinds of discussions on how to produce renewable energy, energy storage, but probably one of the most effective and efficient ways to improve your energy output is to reduce your consumption. Joining me today are Laura Garcia Olson. She is the coordinator for Energy Masters, and then two Energy Masters themselves, Guillermo Oritz and Charles Njoku.
Thank you very much for affording us this opportunity to come in and talk about our program. Energy Masters is a collaborative effort between Arlingtonians for a Clean Environment, ACE, which many people know, and the Virginia Cooperative Extension, or VCE. It's a program that's modeled on the Master Gardener program, and what we do is train a cadre of volunteers that come in and want to learn more about water conservation and energy efficiency. We undertake a 5 or 6 week training program, teach them many different things about plumbing, electricity, water conservation. Guillermo and Charles will talk a little bit more about that. Equip them then to go into low-income housing units throughout the county and now in the city of Alexandria and retrofit those units so that they thereby become more energy efficient. We engage in tenant education, tell them a little bit about the importance of conserving energy, saving water, thereby enabling them to learn a little bit about the importance of these issues and also allowing them to save some money in their pocketbooks. Some of the retrofits that we undertake really do speak volumes in their pocketbooks.
This is such an important thing to do because you mentioned the education piece too. And now you gentlemen were educated, but what I'd really like to know is what got you interested in volunteering, Guillermo? Why this program?
Absolutely. So I had just about a year out of graduation, so I went to Johns Hopkins University and got a degree in global environmental change and sustainability. So all throughout my college experience, I was really interested in these issues, energy efficiency, water conservation. And I had just accepted a position in the Public Policy Fellowship with the Congressional Hispanic Caucus Institute. And they educate young Latino leaders and in order to teach them more about civic engagement and social responsibility. It's a 9-month fellowship in which we go and work on Capitol Hill and work on federal policy. And it was in this space that I really wanted to learn more about the issues I was working on. It was around affordable housing, and then I wanted to bring that towards to the community that I just moved into. I just moved into Arlington.
I am so glad you did. You're going to inspire a lot of young people to share their talents. Now, Charles, what about you? When you went into the first home, can you tell me a memorable moment that really touched you?
Yes. One of the most memorable was sometime during this winter that we had a work day at the I think it's at Fort Henry. That was the location. One of the apartment buildings we walked in with my crew, and there was a lady sitting down when we knocked at the door. She was reading the newspaper, and we greeted her and said hello, introduced ourselves and what we wanted to do. She doesn't seem very excited about it, but she said, "Oh, you come in." The facility manager did talk to us about this, and so when I walked in, I saw that the stove was just on. The heat was just coming out from the stove. Looked at a thermostat on the wall. It was about 90 degrees in a little small space. And I told her, "Why do you have the stove in your apartment open?" Say the heat wasn't enough, that she does not get enough heat. And so she's more like complementing the stove with, and what we did notice was the windows were all cracked up. There were air leakages everywhere, both at the windows and at the doors. And she had no clue where the air was coming from.
Charles, it's so interesting. Such a moment walking into somebody's house, and not only you could possibly have saved her life,
Absolutely,
but also you've changed the environment around her to a much healthier environment. But what I think is great is that you've created a sense of community. And that really is what you do. People go out and they help each other, and if you really want to make a difference, this is one way you can do that.
Absolutely.
Now, Laura, can you tell me, does it take a lot for someone to join this program? Do they have to pay to be involved?
Yes. So all of us who, I think you can tell just by our conversations here, that all of us are very committed to these issues, and we do ask that those who are going to get involved do commit to both the training that we offer and afford them to be a part of, as well as a commitment to participate in the work days that Charles referenced. So those work days are arranged well in advance. We work with local housing partners to identify groups of units where our teams can go in and do the work that needs to be done. If you go to our website, ACE's website, arlingtonenvironment.org, there is information on Energy Masters on the website. There is an application that we ask folks to fill out. Then to participate in the program, it's just shy of $70, and then there's a background check, a small background check fee.
I want to thank you both for coming today. And Laura, please continue the great work. And I want you viewers to go to arlingtonenvironment.org or even adjust your thermostat in the summer and in the winter to save energy, because we all can conserve a little. I'm Miriam Gennari. That's the Sustainable Scoop. Back to the news desk.
All right, thanks, Miriam, our very own Miriam Gennari, and another edition of her Sustainable Scoop, talking with the folks about Energy Masters. You too can be an Energy Master. All right, here we go, as promised now, our CBB, our Community Bulletin Board file. The 15th Annual Arlington Police, Fire, and Sheriff 911 Memorial 5K will take place Saturday, September 10th at 6 in the evening. There's still time to register for this race at arlington911race.com, so check that out. Daniel.
Fun event, right?
Should be a great event, especially if you like to run.
Well, Craig, Arlington County will remember 9/11 with a wreath-laying ceremony and moment of silence on Sunday, September the 11th from 9:30 a.m. until 10 p.m. The event is an opportunity to honor the people who were lost and first responders who risked their lives. It will be at 2100 Clarendon Boulevard. That's located at Courthouse Plaza's flagpoles. The event is free and open to the public. Visit arlingtonva.us and click on Residents and then view more events for more information. Craig.
And also in remembrances, Arlington is remembering with sadness an event meant to cause division and fueled by hate, but is commemorating with joy and pride its legacy of diversity and inclusion. On Friday, September 23rd, the county will host the We Are All Arlington event. The purpose of the event is to promote understanding and to celebrate our 40-year legacy of immigrants. The program will feature performing and visual arts, historical lectures, and public discussions. It will run from 6 p.m. to 9 at Wakefield High School. For more details, you can check out their website, wearearlington.org. Daniel.
Well, Craig, author Ann Patchett is coming to Arlington County. She has written several stories, including Taft, The Magician's Assistant, and State of Wonder. She will be at Kenmore Middle School's auditorium on Thursday, that's September the 15th, to read and discuss her newest book, Commonwealth. Although the event is free and open to the public, you must register ahead of time. Visit the website at tinyurl.com/Ann Patchett to register.
All right, Daniel, and News for Seniors file coming up right after we hear a little music. Cool Breeze.
Great job, Jorge.
Jorge is amazing.
Wow.
He's amazing. Jorge Serafin from Argentina and his particular brand.
I love that guitar.
of flamenco. He's very good. And we may be hearing more from Jorge here before too long. Who knows? He's great. Thanks, Jorge. Okay, as promised, now here we go. News for Seniors file. Don't be antisocial. Come to the social ballroom dance. Enjoy the company of friends, old and new, swaying cheek to cheek on the spacious dance floor. Dances vary between tango, waltzes, foxtrots, swing, and everyone will have the opportunity to dance and have a good time. No partner required. This event takes place on the first and third Fridays of each month at Lee Senior Center. The next gathering will be Friday, September 9, from 1 to 3 in the afternoon at Arlington Mill Community and Senior Center. They're located at 909 Dinwiddie Street in South Arlington. For more information, call Jennifer Weber. Her number should be on your screen there, 703-228-7369. Daniel.
And who knows, maybe we see Jorge dancing over there with his guitar. I mean, he's that talented, right?
He does an amazing job with that guitar.
Well, Craig, there may be more to senior living than bingo, but hey, that doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. After all, bingo can be pretty fun. Bingo. Join the rest of the gang for the first ever popular game, Fall for Fun and Fun for All. Bring a friend. In this game, everyone wins a prize. The date is, you guessed it, Monday, September the 12th. The time is from 1 to 2 p.m. The location is the good old Culpeper Garden Senior Center. That's located at 4435 North Pershing Drive. If you need any more information, call Marcia Todd. That's at 703-228-4403.
All right, Daniel, that's our News for Seniors file. Short one tonight. And we'll be back with sign-off and bye-bye right after we hear from Miriam Gennari again and her guest. Here's Miriam.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. Domestic violence, homelessness, suicide, and often drug addiction are just symptoms of the issues people have when they struggle with mental illness. Often people don't seek help because they and their families feel stigmatized by it. But my guests today are helping people come into the light. And joining me today is Christin and Alex Lewis, and their organization is the Luv-U-Project.
Yes, well, thank you so much for having us. The Luv-U-Project we founded in October of 2014, shortly after the untimely passing of my mother. And immediately after, my mother was very involved and very passionate about a number of initiatives in the community. And to continue her goodness and really honor her, my father, my husband Alex, and I decided that we had to create an organization to continue that goodness. In that, we looked at a number of the initiatives and really found that a common thread in what she was involved in had a tie to mental illness in society. It's such an incredibly enormous issue, with 1 in 4 individuals in America dealing with a mental or substance abuse issue this year alone. Our mission actually is to set a quantifiable and responsible agenda to bring actions to light to lead to mental health progression in society.
This is a very big project. It's an emotional one, but what you're hoping to do is benefit not just children who are discovering that they are having some difficulties in school, but you mentioned something about the largest part of people's lives.
We actually have a great partnership with the Johns Hopkins University School of Public Health and their Department of Mental Health. So coming up in this October, we have decided to go and explore how mental health affects individuals in society in the largest part of their life, which is middle of their life, where they tend to spend in the workplace traditionally. There's a lot of studies that have been done on early childhood intervention with mental illness and mental health. There's been geriatric and elderly intervention and studies on that, but really there's been relatively nothing done at that time. So we're looking to bring together the top minds in industry, academia, and government into a symposium that addresses the issue of workplace mental health, and not only addresses to lead to another white paper necessarily. And
you want results.
We want results.
You want to see quantifiable results.
Exactly. And what we're aiming towards is Our mantra is we want to advance mental health through action, and that is the key.
And that brings me to one of the areas that you work particularly in called You Lead. Can you
Yes.
tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah.
Absolutely, and thank you again for having us.
course.
You Lead is a component of the Luv-U-Project. It's a young professional organization where its mission is basically to serve the global mission of the Luv-U-Project. So what we've found through talking with people that are a lot smarter than Krista and I in the mental health world is that the stigma surrounding mental health issues, it's much more easily discussed with people in the younger generation, generally between 20 to 40 years old. So we thought that we needed to target that audience, which is generally young professionals, and bring them in so that we could work together with this age group to elevate the conversation on mental health, to try and break down some of that stigma. So we have quarterly events where we'll have a fun, lively happy hour type event where we'll bring in, there's always a purpose. We often say happy hour with a purpose. We'll bring in speakers or researchers or find some way that we weave in mental health and facts about it. So there's always discussion about that conversation that we can break down some of those barriers. Sort of a little bit of a safe space for people to come and talk.
So you shine a light on the issue and people can be open. At the same time, you're raising money, correct?
Correct. Yeah, absolutely.
That's got to be an important part of what you're doing. So how do you do that?
Like I said previously, we have the quarterly events, but this coming up in September, on September 16th, is the first annual You Lead fundraiser. The event is called I Love the 90s. It's a 90s themed sort of throwback party, and the money raised from this, from that event, is going to go towards funding the Carolyn C. Mattingly Award for Excellence in Mental Health Reporting.
And as you mentioned that, the Luv-U-Project is a new project, and yet you've accomplished so much. Tell me about your accomplishments.
Yes, so like I mentioned with the partnership with Johns Hopkins, we also have a really exciting partnership with the National Press Foundation. With that, as Alex mentioned, we have established the Carolyn C. Mattingly Award for Excellence in Mental Health Reporting. This past May was actually the first awarding of that piece, and we were able to, the individuals that won it were Leonora Lapeter Anton, Michael Braga, and Anthony Cormier, that did a piece that really highlighted and exposed the weaknesses in Florida's mental health systems based on $100 million in budget cuts. That piece actually went on, after we had identified it and awarded it, to win the Pulitzer Prize in investigative journalism.
So you're doing such important and exciting work, and as you said, it affects 1 in 4 people.
Yes.
So people need to stay in touch and they need to get connected.
Yes.
How do they do that?
Well, we try and foster a really lively, as Alex mentioned, safe environment for folks to come out. But we want to connect through our programs, through our initiatives, the opportunity for individuals to feel comfortable to discuss mental health issues in society.
Do you have a Facebook page?
Yeah, we have a Facebook page, we have an Instagram page, Twitter.
Oh, wow, you're really tied in there.
Yes, if you go to our website, you can sign up for any of our
And
email
what is your
blasts.
website?
Our website is www.thelovuproject.org, with love you spelled L-U-V-U.
This is fantastic. I really, really hope that our viewers will take the opportunity to go to the website and learn more about the Luv-U-Project. And I ask that you'll come back and see us again and let us know how it goes and update us on your very important work.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, and thank you, viewers, for watching The Sustainable Scoop. I'm Miriam Gennari. Back to the news desk.
Back to the desk. Thank you, Miriam.
Thank you.
Talking with the folks from the Luv-U-Project. And we're just about to wrap up here. I should probably give just a little shout out to my daughter Sarah, who's getting married coming up on the 17th. Happy wedding day, Sarah, and I'll be there.
Congratulations.
I'll be there.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's well, it's coming, ready or not, and it's going to be great.
It will.
It'll be great. So that's our show. We're missing Adele here tonight. Hopefully
know.
Adele with Easy Being Green will be back next week.
Next week, yeah.
Next week. And anything else to add before we go?
I think that should do it, correct?
USA? Or
Yeah, go USA. Well, the Olympics were a couple weeks ago, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've been watching tennis. Too.
Yeah. Go Serena.
Serena and go Nats. And
And
that's
Dusty.
our show. And Dusty. Oh, yeah. Okay.
You can't forget Dusty Baker.
Dusty's a pretty good manager. That's our show. So thanks to all of you out there for watching. And next week or next couple of weeks, we'll be here and we'll do it all again. Have a safe week. Take care. Bye-bye.